What's going on, family? Today we're gonna be putting this new F30 bumper on my car. Let's get into it. If you noticed in my last video, we put this new M3 bumper onto my car. I think it looks great. It is suiting my car so well right now, and I actually like the way that it's sitting. We still are gonna be doing the coilovers, maybe. I may even get new headlights for this car, but I'm loving how it's looking. But yeah, let's get into the back bumper. So first thing you'll need to do, I need to come in here and I'm putting my car on jack, so I'm gonna go and put my handbrake up, and that's all I need to do from in here. So next thing we need to do, we need to get up under the car, and we're gonna be jacking up the rear. So you have to jack up from the rear end of your differential. So it's gonna be the back part, so that's the strongest part that you have to jack up the whole back of your car. Okay, so what I did, I went ahead and just put my ramps up under the front wheels, because we're also gonna be doing our side skirts. So then I'm gonna put my jacks under the back. All right, so once you got the jacks up under, we can go and start getting this bumper off. But first thing you need to do, there's gonna be some screws in here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and remove my wheels off my car to make it easier so I can see into my wheel wells, so we can get to the first screws that I was talking about. Okay, so I have my wheels off now. I'm just gonna go and take these bolts out, because there's gonna be a 10 millimeter right here. So what you do is you have to take these out, and then this should just slide up and out. And here's the, looks like a T20. These are supposed to be 10 millimeters, but T25, I believe. And we're gonna do it on both sides. Okay, so once you get those two out, you can come into the wheel well. You're gonna see some 8 millimeters. That looks like a 10. I don't know if we have to take that one. And then there's gonna be the one back here on this flap. It's also a 10. So I just ended up taking out a few more of the things for the wheel cover, so I can move it out the way. And then up here, that 10 millimeter, you're probably gonna need some pliers to hold the top of the bolt, because if you don't, it's just gonna keep spinning and it won't come out. So you need to hold the top and then back out the 10 millimeter. And it's gonna look something like this. And then we're gonna do we're gonna do it on the other side. All right, so I just got the driver's side out. Turns out mine was just loose on this side. The bolt, that's something you have to hold your pliers. That side didn't have to hold it, so I got both of those out. Now we're gonna go up under and get all the 8 millimeters up under the bottom of the bumper. I mean, all of these. BMW really knows how to make it fun for you when you're taking your stuff off your car. Okay, so I got the rear bumper off. Again, you literally just have to pop it out. And I went into the other side. And then once you get it right about to the edge of the tail light, it'll start coming off for you. And then I have the parking sensors, so they're already attached to the car. You don't have to worry about labeling them, because they kind of stay in the order that they're in. And then all you have to do is push the tabs back, kind of like you're opening them, and then the sensor should pop straight out. Okay, so now I have my two bumpers side by side. You see the difference? Longer reflectors, more body lines, the usual. But what I have to do, because when I had my car, I had these custom exhaust tips installed. So I'm gonna draw these out onto my diffuser that I have, and I'm gonna Dremel it out to make sure that my tips actually fit in here. Okay, so it actually started raining out here. I went ahead and covered all my workspace, and I finished these holes. I think they look pretty good. If you wanna know how I did it, I copied the one that I already had on my old bumper. Turns out my exhaust things were a little bit lower, so I made those too small actually. So I remeasured, and then I cut out this one first, and then once I got it right and made sure that it fit, I taped around it, and then basically you can take off that tape and flip it over, and then you have the template for this side. So then that's what I did, and now we're here with that. We're gonna start back up. We have to take this piece off, but since we already took the 10 millimeters at the bottom off, I believe, oh wait, no, there's gonna be a few 10 more millimeters. 10 millimeters. There's gonna be a few 10 millimeters behind this plastic piece that you have to take off in order to get it off. So as I was saying, there's actually 8 millimeters behind here on these silver pieces right here. And then these four are the ones that are holding this plastic piece on here. So let's take those off. Okay, so once we get those 4 8mm, golly, once you get those 4 8mm screws out of the bottom, you can come over here and start pushing these clips out so you can get this piece off. It should come off. And you're gonna have some connections over here you need to disconnect. You might want to label them to remember the orientation because we're gonna have to put it back on the old one. So with this, okay. So with this, we're gonna have to literally transfer everything over. So we have to get each one of these push pin things out and then transfer all of the electronics over to the new one. Okay, so I got everything off of the old one. The wires are gonna be all wrapped up around these little edges over here. And I did have to take this out anyway. So I labeled mine. They have little numbers on it. I have 1, 2, and 3. And then I have 1, 2, and 3 on the back of here. And then all the push clips I took out. Everything has to be transferred. I also took the old pins off of it. I'm just gonna transfer it over here. And then we'll start reinstalling everything back onto the new bracket. All right, so I got everything back installed. This is how it should look. With this rectangle thing right here, there's 2 notches. There's 2 notches at the bottom. You have to slide the pieces in and then you can push it and then hold it. And then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna take this back up here and clip it back into place. All right, so we should be ready to go ahead and put on the new bumper. I'm gonna put a blanket down so nothing gets scratched, and then we can start installing. So when you're doing this, you can put tape up under your tail lights right here so you don't scratch it. But I don't think I'm gonna scratch it. If you feel like you are, put tape up under there, and you can along here as well. I'm gonna try to manhandle this bumper all by myself onto the car. All right, so I got it majority of the way on. I tried to put basically how we did the front bumper, try to get the middle on first by just holding it. And then I went to the right side, started moving this around. It does take a little bit of manpower because when you first get a bumper, it's always gonna come like bowed in a little bit, so you have to kind of stretch it out without breaking it. So I went ahead and did that. And make sure you install your sensors. Forgot to tell y'all that. So I'm gonna go and make sure everything's in place, put these screws in, and then, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put all these bolts back in so I can hold my fender correctly, and then we'll put in the diffuser. All right, so once you have the bumper up here, as you can see, I don't have my diffuser on yet. I went ahead and taped some of this over just with some fleece tape. You don't have to, I just did it just cause it's close to my exhaust tips. Just want to move it out the way. Let's get the diffuser and put it on. Okay, so once you have the diffuser on, this is what it's gonna end up looking like. Let's back up. Boom. With the diffuser, there are tabs to it, so you have to make sure you put the tabs in and it fits in between the lip. If you don't do that, it's gonna be like a little space in between, you'll see everything. So I took like an extra hour just making sure I did that right. And yeah, that's everything for the bumper. Now we're gonna do the side skirts. Okay, so for the side skirts, I'm gonna go and move my wheel out the way. I guess I'll just go and put them back on, and then we'll be able to access the underbelly. Okay, so for the side skirts, it's actually super easy. It's gonna take all the screws out of the bottom, and it actually should just come off. So down here, they're gonna be 35s, and they're actually like plastic screws when they come out like this. They're all gonna be along this side. Just take them out. Yeah, so it literally, you should be able to pull it, and then you can get it out. So after that, you just need to come up here to the front, and you can unclip these and just unclip it all the way down, and the side skirt is gonna come out. Okay, so that's one side skirt off. I'm gonna just take both of them off and then I'll put them on. Okay, so then once you get them on, this is what they look like. I think they look perfect. There's the back bumper. I have no words, so yeah. All right, guys, so that's gonna conclude this video. If you found it entertaining and helpful, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. It's really helpful. I'm trying to build a family out here, so let's get into it. Join the family. Don't hesitate to hit that like button if you want to. Bell notification if you want to see my next upload. I do have some things I need to do for this car. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up doing the headliner in here next, so stay tuned for that video. But that's gonna be the end of it, so I'm gonna catch y'all next. Peace.